Hey friends, today we're going to do something brand new, something you've never learned before. We're going to talk about something called expanded notation. So you've heard of expanded form, but now we're going to go a little bit deeper into expanded notation. We're also going to build our number today using place value disk. Our numbers are starting to get a lot larger, so our place value disks are going to be what we start using a lot more instead of our blocks. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's look at our number. We have 2,342. So remember, when we get to our comma, that is when we say the word thousands. So the first step that we do, and it's what we do every time, is put it into our place value chart. So that is what I'm going to do right now. I am going to draw my walls between each one of my numbers. And then I'm going to label my place value chart right here. I have my ones. I have my tens. I have my hundreds. And I have my 1,000s place. So I put my 1,000s to show that this is my 1,000s, because here in a minute we'll go up to 10,000 and 100,000. So we are going to start in our ones place, and we're going to go ahead and make this picture. So let's look at our digit that we have right here in our ones place. What is the value of the digit in the ones place? So when we have something in the ones place, we know the value is just 1. Okay, but our digit is 2, so we need 2 ones. 2 ones in our place value disk. Okay, so now let's move to our tens place. We have a 4. Our digit is 4, so we need 4 tens. We need 4 tens. So we have our 4 tens. But let me ask you, what is the value of that? Well, if we have 4 tens, we need to count by tens to find the full value. 10, 20, 30, 40. So 4 tens is the same thing as 40. Okay? In my hundreds place, I have a digit 3. Okay, so how many hundreds do we have? We have 3. So 100, 200, 300. So 300 is the same thing as 300. Now we're going to move over to our 1,000s place. Here in our 1,000s place, we have 2, so we need to grab 2 1,000s. 1, 2. So we have 2,000. So 2 1,000s is the same thing as 2,000s. So we know the value of each one of these discs right here. Okay, so we know this is the value 1 in the ones place. In the tens place, the value is 10. In the hundreds place, our value is 100. And in our 1,000s place, the value is 1,000. Okay, this tells us how many of each of those we need. So we have done expanded form before, but today I told you we're going to talk about expanded notation. So with expanded notation, we're going to start over here in our thousands place, in our 1,000s place. So we know that the value is 1,000, but we have 2 1,000 pieces, so that actually gives us 2,000. So when we write expanded notation, we're going to use our parentheses. Okay, and the first number that I'm going to put in the parentheses is the digit. So my digit right here is 2. Okay, And we're going to multiply it by the value. And the value is 1,000. The value is 1,000. Okay, I want you to focus right here on this multiplication sign. I use this multiplication sign right here because this represents groups of. Okay? Because look right here. I have 2 groups of 1,000. So in my 2 groups, they each have 1,000. So that's why I did 2, because that's how many groups I have, times 1,000, because in each one of those groups, I have 1,000. Okay, right here where I drew my wall, that is where I'm going to put my plus sign. I'm going to scoot these up so I have enough room to write. Okay, so we did our plus sign. After we do our plus sign, we're going to do another parenthesis. Okay, so remember I told you we are going to start with our digit and we're going to multiply it by its value. So our digit is what? 3, because that's how many groups we have. That is an easy way to see it. How many groups do you have? We have 3. So we're going to multiply it by its value, and the value of one of them is 100. So we have 100 3 times, and that's what we have represented with our place value disk. So now I'm going to add our next one. I did my plus sign, now I'm going to do my parentheses. Okay, how many groups do we have in our tens place? You're right, we have 4. Now we're going to multiply it by its value. What is the value of one of them? Perfect, it is 10. So we have 4 groups with 10 in each. So really, the entire value of the tens place is 10, 20, 13, 40. Perfect, and that's what this says right here. We have 4 groups of 10 in each. Okay, now I'm going to add my plus sign. Okay, how many groups do I have? I have 2. And I'm going to multiply it by my value. And what is my value of each one of these groups? 1. I only have 1 in each. Perfect. So this is our expanded notation. Okay? This is our expanded notation. So we're going to take this expanded notation and write it in expanded form underneath it. Our expanded form is something that you already know how to do. Okay, so what is the full value of the number in the 1,000s place? I'm sorry, for expanded form you don't need a parenthesis. So what is the value? Well, you have your 2 groups of 1,000 each. So let's count by thousands. 1,000, 2,000. So for expanded form, you're just going to put the value of what's in the 1,000s place or in each place. And we're going to add it to the next one. So you have 3 groups of 100. So how many do we actually have? Let's count by 100s. 100, 200, 300. So we have 300. So this is just our value. Do you see the difference? Here we tell us what the digit is or how many groups you have, and you're going to multiply it by its value. Do you see that? But this is the whole value that it is showing. So now we're going to go to our tens place. Have to add my plus sign. Okay, you have a 4 in the tens place because we have 4 equal groups of 10. But I want to know the full value. What does this number actually represent? What does 4 tens represent? Well, let's count them. 10, 20, 30, 40. It represents 40. Add my plus sign to go to my next number. All right, let's look at this. What is our value here? Our total value would be 2. That is perfect. So now you see our number in standard form. We made our picture with our place value disc in our pictorial form. We did our expanded form down here, and this right here is our expanded notation. This is what we learned new today. Okay, so we're going to continue to work on expanded notation and keep working through each of the steps.